So
Have I
did
told you
that.
guys about the I know I told it on my channel years and years ago, but about the poop bandit story?
Tell it again.
The poop bandit? Okay. So there was this it's not me, but there's this kid the bathroom bandit, they call him at our high school. This kid, this weirdo, and I was the only one who 100% knew, to my knowledge, what was happening, who was doing it, because I almost caught him on accident one day early in the morning. This kid, this weird kid, he would go into school, sometimes really early, and he would go into the bathroom, shit into a paper towel, and then write on the wall Joker-esque messages like, ha 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 ha, you'll never catch me, in shit on the wall or on the inside of stalls, and like clues like getting closer question mark, like, things like that, to the point that our morning announcements, they had to say, like, to whoever has been defacing our bathrooms, please, if you know anything about this person, report it to the principal. You won't be told out. But the time I figured out it was him, and this happened at all times throughout the day. It wasn't always the morning. I don't know how we never got caught. You'd go to class, come back out before lunch. I need to use the restroom. Walk in, ha ha ha. Like, there's shit on the wall. Like, when did this ghost of a person find it? Like, it got to the point that teachers were logging your bathroom exits. And I got into school really early when he decided to strike one day. And I was about to walk into the bathroom, and this kid walked out, and he knew me. And so he was like, "Oh, Taylor, I wouldn't go in there if I were you. It seems a certain bandit has struck again." And then he walked away, and I'm like, "Oh, Mike, I knew it was you. Like, you bastard." And so,
Mike, shit bandit.
yeah, Mike was the bathroom bandit.
Did he ever get caught?
No, he knew when to stop. It was an Ocean's 11 style, calculated mayhem he was running there. But that's
hilarious.
the poor
That's
janitor.
great.
He became so sullen and downfallen every time he had to go in there and clean the shit.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Oh, that's so funny.
It's a
Although I can't
asshole
imagine-
move.
I can't hang with your story. Like I don't know.
Shit bandit.
Yeah, the bathroom bandit.
Wow.
While we're talking about pranks, that same guy, the poop bandit, he had another prank in his repertoire.
Is this
where,
the story you keep forgetting to tell?
Yes. Yeah, it was the one I keep forgetting to tell. He
Settle in. Here it comes.
So the way I told you guys, like, the end, but the way, like, the beginning of it, we were 17, and so he stayed at school after it closed. It was open until like 8 o'clock because there's sports practices and shit like that. People are walking around. He hid in a bathroom, of course. Just hid in a stall, played with his phone or whatever, sat up on the toilet and just waited until, like, what he said was like midnight or 1 a.m. Just goofing around the school when everybody was gone. And with him in his backpack, in his locker, he bought a ton of Mighty Putty. And what Mighty Putty is, you can buy it on late night TV, or you could, and it was like this product where it was like, take a scoop out of here and you seal it on anything, and bam, it's gonna stay. It's gonna fucking stay. Like, there's like they showed it where they had a chain between like two trucks or something, and they made a link out of Mighty Putty, and they let it settle, and then the two trucks start driving, and it's like, look at this Mighty Putty, it's not gonna break. And it's like,
I've seen that. Yeah.
shit, yeah, it's not gonna fucking break.
It's
It
like
is
JB
so-
Weld.
Yes, it is so powerful. And he took his couple of tubs of Mighty Putty and the little spatula it comes with, and he went around to almost every door in the school, inner and outer, and smeared Mighty Putty into every keyhole. Every keyhole, he smeared Mighty Putty and let it dry. And so the next morning, when all the janitors came in to get the school ready to go, nobody could get into the school. So when we showed up that day for school a couple hours later, the front doors to the school had been removed. There were no front doors on the school because they had to remove the doors.
And
so
take
they
them off the
could get 'em
hinges.
Yeah, they took the doors off the hinges because they had to replace everything. He didn't just put it in the keyhole. The crack between the door and then there's a little the jam, the door jam. He would smear that whole thing too. And a couple of the teachers that he didn't like, his handler or his wrangler, as we called her, who had to keep an eye on him as he was going around the school every day because he wasn't allowed to walk around unsupervised. He had to have a supervisor. He had a wrangler, and so he coated every side of the wrangler's door in Mighty Putty, and they had to. There was so much damage, and somehow they didn't put it together. I know that they knew it was him. Oh yeah, they knew it was him, but they couldn't peg him, so they had to call him in.
No cameras.
No, there weren't any cameras in our school at the time.
After that guy came in and stole the computers and cooked his own shit in the kitchen, they put cameras in at our school to prevent any further.
There are cameras now in that school.
Yeah, good.
There weren't at the time. They learned their lesson.
I don't think ours had cameras, but they had motion detectors. So I don't know if he would have got away with it where we were.
That's hilarious. That's such a good way to just ruin their shit too, because I don't think you can do anything about that if you get it in there good.
No, he just really got off on upsetting people and stressing out authority. Because it's like, imagine being that principal coming in for work. He's already got in the back of his head like, God, if that kid shits in another bathroom, I'm going to have a fucking revolt from these janitors, and they're not going to handle it. I'm going to have to be the one scrubbing off, ha, 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 any closer yet in shit on the bathroom. I'm going to scrub that off. God, I hope he just gets it under control. And then he shows up, rubbing his eyes from sleep with his coffee, and he tries to stick his key in. That's weird. I must have missed. No. Oh, fuck! Just yelling. Can't get into the fucking school because this rabble-rouser did. He also did it. He broke the vending machines that way. That dollar slot, he smeared a bunch in there, too, just so he couldn't put shit in the vending machine anymore. He was such a piece of shit.
I would be so afraid to do that because in the back of my head with a prank like that is, all right, I might get caught. So if I do get caught, let's make sure this is something that can be chalked up to boyish hijinks or something like that. He's going all or nothing. He's like, fuck him.
If you put a
motherfucker.
Put a round up penis on the football field, and then they'll charge you for grass seed. You owe us $23.75. There was like $16,000 in damage or something. Like it could be very expensive.
Oh yeah. It's so much. He did another thing that he got I remember a big group of people got called into the office, like being interrogated because like I didn't know till later, but it was like, well, so and 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 so come into the office or report to the office, and it was like, well, what the fuck is this about? These are the rabble rousers. And later we found out that a teacher like went out to go leave for lunch or get something, and there were two like big nails leaned up against the back of her wheels, so that as soon as she backed out, both of her back tires would, not like pop, but the nail would go in and it would, puncture it and either quickly deflate or slowly deflate. And that was decided that it was a very dangerous thing, that she could be like dead on the road or something if that happened. And so there was like a cop or something there to interrogate them and ask them. Never found out it was him. I don't even know if that one was him, but yeah, that one was even worse than the Mighty Putty, I think, because that could actually get someone hurt instead of.
There was a teacher who drove something small. Do you remember what a Chevy Sprint was? I don't know if you guys know that. I can't think of an equivalent car today, but it was tiny. It was a very, very tiny car. I think it was a 3-cylinder motor and got like 45 miles to the gallon.
3-cylinder.
It was like a smart car almost, but not even less cool. And what they did, I swear I wasn't involved at all, but like a bunch of guys from the football team didn't like this teacher. So in the parking spot, like there was a parking lot outdoors, they took it and they rotated it sideways so that now he was stuck in between the two cars next to him. And they were just, jumpity, jump until it rotated sideways. And they did this to that fucker like all the time until they got caught. It was like a regular.
Until they got a bigger car.
It was like a regular thing. Like, let's get Mr. McNally and lock him in his spot again. And you have to wait for one of the people next to him to leave first because he was rotating.
That's so funny. Shitty behavior. God.
Most of my pranks would take place outside of school because I had gotten in a lot of trouble at school, and it was usually like, you can't get in trouble again, or you're not going to pass, or you can't get in trouble again, or you'd only miss 5 days. And like a minor offense was like a 2-day suspension. When I say minor, I mean like when I hit the teacher in the head, or like the stink bomb massacre, like that time I put stink bombs all over the school. Like those were each 2-day suspensions. So like you don't have a lot of room to play. So we would go to people's houses after school at night and stuff and egg them, or throw a big thing of fireworks up on their front doorstep, like a big roll, like 500 firecrackers go off on your doorstep. I'd use a cigarette as a like a timer. You just light a cigarette, tear the cigarette in half, and then stick it onto the fuse, and then when it burns down, that way you can jog back up the road. Give yourself like a minute before the thing actually goes off, be in your car and be leaving. And like I remember, like we'd be getting right back to the car, and you'd hear pow, 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 and just be like, yeah. Like as we drive away. Yeah. We do that shit all the time.
That same kid told me he did. I never believed him for this one, but there was a teacher that was not liked by anyone, and just one day, like he left after lunch, and it was like, oh, I guess he wasn't feeling well. And like a week later, the Poop Bandit, that guy told me, I don't know why I was always so privy to these things. Like, we weren't good friends.
Wait a minute, you weren't the Poop Bandit, were you?
I was not the Poop Bandit. No. These are really ballsy things. I'm not the Poop Bandit. But he told me, the reason that, and he talked like that. He's like, the reason Mr. Johnson left last week? I was like, no, Mike, why did he leave last week? He's like, I put 5 tabs of acid in his coffee in the teacher's lounge. And I was like, did you actually put a bunch of acid in his coffee? He's like, yeah, man, yeah. My buddy sells some, and I got a bunch of it, and I put it on his coffee. He was like freaking out, man. And he left. He had another teacher drive him home. And I was like, I didn't know whether to believe him or not, but that is one of the genuinely meanest things that you could do to someone. Is like, as you're like teaching, and you like imagine you point at a kid like, Jesse, shut up, up, and like your arm starts like extending towards her in a weird.
I feel like this is something that would happen to the alternate universe teacher version of Quibble Cop.
I had something for the other thing too, where like someone's trying to like explain something to you that they think is funny. This is a throwback to the Poop Bandit. I've said before, that guy was a fucking maniac. The Poop Bandit. If you don't know the story, Filthy, a guy in my high school would shit into rags and then like draw Joker-esque messages on stalls before and after hours schools, and it would say like, ha ha ha, you'll never catch me, in feces on the wall. And at one point I caught him kind of because he was coming out of a bathroom. I was about to go in. He goes, oh, Taylor, maybe don't go in that bathroom. It seems a certain bandit has struck again. and I was like, all right, well now I fucking know Mike's the bathroom bandit. And it was hilarious. Like we all like as adults had to like start getting like walked to the bathroom, and he still found a way to do it. I don't know where he found the time, but he did that to me once. Where like we were both friendly. Like I was always nice to him. We weren't like friends or anything, but we were always courteous. And he was telling me once, he's like, so like the woods behind my house, like my neighbor, he has all these dogs, right? And like they bother the shit out of me. They're like always loud and like barking. So this weekend, and he like starting laughing like Cartman, like this weekend I took a bunch of bologna and I took a bunch of rat poison out of my uncle's shed, and I put a ton of poison all in the woods, and the dogs are gonna eat it. And he's like laughing. I'm like, ha ha. Ha, Mike, you prankster. Like and I had to like of course walk away, not feeling that comfortable, knowing that Mike had murdered all those dogs.
Yeah, watch your lunch around Mike, because he's got a pocket full of rat poison and a rag full of shit.
That guy was. I'll have to dwell on that guy a little longer and think if there are more stories.
Dude, do you have your yearbook? Because it'd be funny to like dox the shit bandit.
No, I'm not fucking with that guy.
I've got a story.
I am not fucking with the shit bandit. No.
Dude, so
I'll wake up and I'll open my eyes late at night, and it'll see, I know what you did on the ceiling of the apartment.
You'll have a shit mustache.
Yeah.
What does that smell?
This is the Pierre.
When Taylor gets back, but then I also found this picture of this guy's neighbor's door. He pissed someone off, I would say, because they went shit bandit all over his door. Ooh. They went extreme shit bandit all over his.
Is this an apartment? A dorm room?
It looks to me like an apartment in a hallway. Went shit. Just said it. Someone went shit ISIS on him.
No, that's fight.
If you look closely, it's on the door handle really well. Like they made sure to like.
What kind of what species shit is this?
That's human shit.
That's a whole poop, I think. Like I'm trying to assemble the volume of it.
If you scraped it all up, you have a whole poop.
Yeah, I think because if you look in the top right on that picture, there's some mass
thick.
to it. My guess is they
thick.
started there. Then like, oh my gosh, we've gone too hard. We can't get the kind of wall coverage we're looking for if we keep going 1 inch thick. So they thinned it out. Maybe went straight to the handle.
Is there a story behind this? Or there's
No.
just shit on the dude's door?
It just says my neighbor's door this morning. Oh,
So
my
that's
God.
what's interesting to me. Like at what point do you risk your freedom and beat the shit out of somebody who did that to your door? That's the most disrespectful thing that you could possibly do.
That is way up there.
I think if you shit on someone's car, it's worse though, right? Like, would you
Really?
rather have the shit on your car or on your door?
Yeah,
What if there was a used condom on
Yeah,
the door
okay,
handle?
I take it back.
you can
just
go
wash
through
it
a
right
car
off.
wash. It's all good.
What
This shit-
if they shit in your sunroof?
That's
In
out-
the
you-
sunroof,
I might
Into the sunroof, into the car.
I might.
Hot summer day, you left the sunroof popped, right? Someone climbs aboard your car, squats down over the sunroof, and it's a very loose bowel movement we're talking about. There are not turds on your console. There is splatter all throughout the interior, and it sits there all day in the hot Houston sun, that Range Rover. Bacon.
Here's the
Bacon.
scenario. You live in that place. I smear shit all over your door and light and door handle.
You do it.
You think, well, I'm going to kick this guy's ass. And I say, wait. There's shit all over my hands. What's your next move? Because clearly there's going to be some grappling involved.
Is there a better defense than to, before you get in a fight, shit in your hand and rub it all over yourself?
Man,
You'll do nothing.
like at that point, like you fighting a psycho, like right? Like you fighting a crazy man. But I'm kicking you dead in your face though.
Well, I hope you get poop all over your
I
foot.
didn't consider the kids.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna like grab. Like no, there's
Oh,
no
he's coming
grabbing.
for you. He's getting aggressive.
I hope.
Come on.
Like, he licks the hand to really show you he doesn't give a fuck, and he's like, I'm gonna be biting too.
You better
He's
duck.
gonna give you a shit bite. That's getting infected for sure. You
Yeah,
see
he's
this
gonna-
picture, Taylor, of the shit?
Of the I do not. And what caused this?
We don't know.
I mean,
Oh,
obviously
poop
bandit. At the top.
somebody wiping shit all over the wall,
Allegedly.
but why? Man, you can see that how much shit was in his hand when he went up for the top slap and then started dragging down, because there's a lot of residual there.
That's what I was
That's not
saying.
what he said.
Yeah,
It was on the floor. It's like falling down to
we
the
went
floor.
all CSI on it. Like that's
Here's
a whole
the
poop.
here's the
You
most
start hearing-
important question. It's not
They need a guy to
why-
like walk over there and like put in some headphones with like Bach playing as he's like watching him wipe shit all over the walls, and I've got it. Let's bury the shit guy. He's only a consultant. We don't need him often.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah. Captain America doesn't talk about his shit so much though.
No.
Hey,
And he didn't.
I
didn't
talked
work
about
really
it once.
hard.
You guys kept talking about it. already.
It's gonna come back around, buddy. It all
Hey,
circles
everyone
back to
likes
shit.
talking about poop. I don't know why. Like, it's such a comfortable subject because we all do it. We all have like a weird one here and there, and then we always have like a really solid one, and we're always so proud of those. And pooping is just like such a natural subject.
Our last guest, I don't think he talks about his poops very much, because when we asked him about him, he's like, "Yeah, mine seem to be like red and really bloody all the time. I don't know. It's weird, huh?" And we're
Who's
just
the
like,
last guess?
we're like, "Yeah, that's cancer."
He's
A
thinking
guy
of
named
Ice Poseidon.
Ice Poseidon.
Was
yeah,
that 2 guests
yeah.
ago?
It may have been, but Ice Poseidon definitely has cancer, right? Like are
Everything-
we all in
way too many
agreement that-
spicy things?
I mean, if there's blood in your bowel, you have cancer or hemorrhoids.
Yeah,
According to
he's a
Dr.
young-
Me, what do I
I feel
know?
like he's
You
too
know
young
if he
for
had
hemorrhoids.
Dude,
no.
man, spicy stuff will do that to you too.
Really? Blood in your bowel?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he could
yeah.
have an ulcer.
I thought
Yeah.
spicy stuff was
Also
good for you
quite
to eat.
young for that.
Spicy
He's got
stuff is
cancer.
good, but if you eat like one of the hottest peppers in the world,
Oh.
and after that, I mean,
How
stuff
old
like
is-
that.
how old is he?
I remember shitting out glass. That's what it
22?
felt like.
I was
don't
like 26 when I had my complete hemorrhoidectomy.
Well, dear God,
Right?
I feel like you had a rough upbringing, though. Between between the beatings and
You can only take so many ice scrapers to the asshole before your body starts to fight back. When he was beaten by his mother with ice scrapers and stiletto shoes growing
It's
up.
a recurring time. It's one of our tentpole topics.
Yes.
How much I was beaten as a child.
Yeah.
But it's a smaller tent pole. The largest one is shit.
Yeah, right. It's just a perimeter.
Have you ever told like a poop story that didn't land that you thought would be hilarious? Because
all the time.
yeah, me too. Like I've told the story on here many times that our listeners are familiar with of a poop bandit at my high school, who the fast forward version is he would somehow between classes like a ghost go into the bathroom, shit an impressively solid shit into a paper towel, and then write taunting messages to people on the walls where it'd be like, ha 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 ha, you'll never catch me, like getting closer. And it was like different days,
Dude,
like it spanned
that
for
guy's a
months. It got to the
serial
point in my high
killer for
school
sure.
where like you can't go to the bathroom on your own. It was
think you
terrible.
told us.
But
Do you
I
know
told
how he
this to a
turned
group
out?
of friends. Oh, yeah, I told this to a group of friends, and some girls were around, and of course I think it's fucking hilarious. And like as I'm like telling it, instead of getting the laughs I was anticipating, I got a bunch of like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? And I was like, but I'm in too deep to this story now. I can't stop. I'm gonna have to amp up the ridiculousness, hope I get a laugh. And then no, the chicks were not having it, which is odd.
That is, I'm gonna agree with the serial killer thing because that's some weird shit, right? Like I feel like that is akin to like torturing animals, or something, or like starting a lot of fires.
With shit. Yeah.
And you know what I never put together is that he also sold prescription pills, and those make you constipated. So that's probably how he was able to get such hard, easy to write with shit.
They're practically pencils.
At that point, yeah.
I just
Graphite
I imagine him using one of those like handheld pencil sharpeners to like sharpen up a turd just right so he can dot his I's and cross his T's.
Whittle it with a pocket knife.
Yeah. Ah, God, that's so gross. Like I don't want to touch anybody's shit. Not mine or yours or animal. But he's just. I want to know the steps, right? I want to be like, all right. So did you like shit on the floor and pick it up? Did you shit in the toilet and then fish it out? Did you shit directly into your hand? Like did you wash afterwards?
I would hope so, because he was handling a lot of other kids' drugs.
Those are some shitty drugs, man.
Yeah.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah, but no, he didn't shit on the toilet or anything. Like it was a very calculated. The shit was only in the message. So yeah, I haven't kept up with him.
One of the snow days in high school, we had some of my friends. I wasn't even with them, but they told me about it later, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Is they were driving. There were maybe 4 or 5 of them in the car in this big, nice Yukon XL that was one of their parents. They were driving around on Highway 40 around here, and it's a major highway. There was snow on it. They hadn't even like scraped it off yet, and so they were sliding like on the highway, not like intentionally sliding, but like not being that safe. And then one of the kids was like, "You know, what would be hilarious is if I shit out of the open window of this car right now." And he opened the window on the front seat and put his ass out. And then just shit, but it was like a watery shit, and it painted the side of the mom's Yukon XL.
And his
shit.
anus, I assume.
And he couldn't wipe because they didn't think that far forward, and so he had to sit back into the car. And then one of the back passengers, another buddy of mine, was so grossed out. He's like, he threw up.
He actually threw up. Because his friend had poopy butt. Okay.
Yeah, and so then they had to go to like a waterway, which I don't know if that's everywhere. It's just a car, like heavy duty car cleaning place around here. And they had to go to one that I don't even know how it was open. And they cleaned it up somehow. So
maybe this is not that uncommon a scenario, and Waterway thought ahead.
Maybe it's not. No, we got to stay open. This is prime shit season from drunk high school kids. Yeah.
Was it funny?
I wasn't there. This was all secondhand told to me. Because if I would have been there, I probably would have put a stop to it, because I would have absolutely foreseen the shit smell coming back in the car, which would impact me.
Yeah, I would have foreseen the poopy butt. I instantly saw that coming.
This wasn't a high IQ group of people.
No, it wasn't at all.
Was it his first time shitting, or how does he not understand how that works at that point in his life?
No,
9 times out of 10, maybe more, you need to White.
This same group of people did something called the Poop Bandits, where they would go around and do poop. Like they
Wait,
they were
Poop
kinda
Bandit was a
quasi-poop
collection of
bandits.
people?
There were people. There was one person in my
Copycat
grade
crimes?
There were copycat crimes. Copy crap crimes. Yeah.
Ah.
And no, there was one main poop bandit who was the belle of the ball when it came to being a poop bandit. Like he was the guy who wrote the "ha ha ha, you'll never catch me" in shit on stall doors at school during school hours.
Wow.
Like a in and out like a demon's whisper. That guy. You never knew how he did it. But then there was another group that would do like out of school antics where like they would go and shit on like people's electrical boxes at their house. One of them pooped in some old man who they didn't like through the moonroof of his Lexus once. They shit in there, which that one, first of all, you've made enemies with high schoolers, old man. Close your moonroof. Second of all, come on. Don't shit in a man's car.
Well, the moonroof is sealed, right?
Yeah,
Is that the difference?
a moonroof only tips open, so maybe it was a sunroof.
Oh, then I don't know the difference. Sunroof, then. Whatever the kind is that slides.
Oh God.
So, yeah, that was a degenerate group of friends, and I haven't been in touch with them for a while. But
you should circle back and see how they're doing. I wonder how those kids turned out.
Shitting in now.
I'm gonna shoot them a text. And see
I hope they like it.
Did you guys have weird groups of people in your high school like that who did off the wall, like wildly inappropriate pranks and antics?
Not like that. We had with.
I think in some ways
part of
it's
that problem that like they had at my high school where I've talked about the poop bandit who would shit into a paper towel in between classes and write things on the wall. Like that happened in a way that no one could stop. No one could stop him. He was too clever. He was too quick. I don't know how he always had to shit. But he always had to shit, and then he would write stuff on it. And
well, here's the thing. This is where your deduction fails you, okay? You're assuming that there was only ever one shitter.
There was a second shooter.
Yeah. This could have been a team of guys. You don't know.
Up on the grassy knoll.
No, this guy, like I know Kyle and Woody know the story. This guy, his name was Mike.
I think I was here when you told it,
Mike was in the developmentally disabled core of the school, except he wasn't there because he was retarded. He was there because he was so badly behaved they couldn't put him anywhere else. And so he just had free run of the school because all the other teachers were dealing with retarded kids, and he would just leave and then go write things and shit on the walls. And he would write things like, "Ha ha ha, you'll never catch me." Or literally, I remember explicitly walking into a bathroom one year, 11th grade, and I walk in to take a piss, and I was about to take a right, and then above the urinals was written, "Ha ha ha, you'll never catch me," in human feces. And
so many letters.
It's the amount of time and the amount of times he had to
add the third ha.
What I always thought was like he had to reapply.
Yeah, not just whore. He wrote the whole "I am a whore" and meant something like the reference. He wrote everything. Yeah.
What if he had a stencil that he just taped up and then he took double hands of shit and smeared it everywhere, peeled it off, and ran away? Yeah,
I mean, someone might have caught him faster. I've said it before. I remember explicitly the morning I walked in, and I was like, "Oh, Mike," and he was walking out of the bathroom, and he goes, "Oh, Taylor, you might want to." He talked weird. He was like, "Oh, hey, Taylor, that might be a bathroom you don't want to use today, you know." And I was like, "Mike, you fucking like, you just shit all over the bathroom in our hallway again." He was actually
a secret keeper.
He knew I was cool because like I was okay with him. Like I more out of fear. Like I was like, I want to stay cool with this guy because he was also the guy that showed up early at like 3 a.m. to the school one day, and he smeared Mighty Putty into every lock. And so no one was able to get into the school that day until they removed all of the doors from the hinges. Which was very funny. Everybody was cracking up that day. Like, did you hear somebody put Mighty Putty in the locks? And we're like, yeah, it was Mike. And they're like, yeah, we all know it's Mike. Don't fucking say anything, dude. Like, it's obviously Mike. It's the same guy that's been writing things and shit on the walls. But yeah, high school, classic.
What did they do when they caught him?
They didn't catch him.
They never caught him.
No, they never
did his job. See,
in and out like a demon's whisper.
When I tried to pull that stink bomb.
If it was, I'd browse through it. That'd be funny. But
I'm surprised there's not a shit bandit subreddit, because that to me seems like more of a ubiquitous real thing. We know that people write silly letters and shit and just smear shit on walls. It's I have never in my life had the inclination to do any such thing. So the fact that someone else never even considered it, it's like that's a possibility. Like
you've considered it.
The worst that I would ever do, right, would be like not flush, but it's in the toilet.
Yeah, right. I'm not retrieving the poo.
Yes, no, that's it's just not something that I would do. Not even as a vengeful, maybe it's a vengeful thing, but not upper decker, right? Like just leave it in there, so haha, right? But grabbing your shot, like the last thing you want to do is like touch it. So for you to grab it and then smear it, like that's a little bit a certain kind of person, right?
I think everybody at their
There's
high
some friendly
school
fire in that activity. I'm catching some strays. Like I don't want to grab in my own. I got to come with gloves now.
Was there a poop prankster or anything like that at your high school, Hex?
Not that I've heard of. No.
Never heard of it?
No.
Maybe it's not as common.
No, there was. I've heard of it, right? But like in a public setting, what was it? I think it was like a driver's insurance place in Chicago somewhere. I don't even, I'm getting a glimpse of this of the past, but there was somebody that did that, and he had to have been like not right up there in order to do something like that.
I think it's oftentimes you've got a vendetta against the business or maybe even the janitor. Like if you knew that somebody was gonna I could see someone doing it, but just doing it like Taylor had a guy in his school who was just doing it. He was just like smearing shit on the walls
for the love of the game, man.
For the love of the game, it's like it's not my game.
Yeah, he was a real loon when it came to poop stuff, and he was like I've mentioned before, so I'll keep it quick. But like he was in like the more special ed class thing, and so he had a handler. And he would just slip. He'd just slip the handler.
His handler must have known. How can you be the shit bandit's handler and not know? That's like
he didn't have like a mental, as far as I could tell, like he didn't have like a developmental issue. He was just like a badly behaved kid. I've said this before, but I when I was in high school, probably sophomore or junior year, someone in my grade put Mighty Puddy in all the locks through the front of the school. And so like getting to school that day, like there was just some poor janitor having to completely take off all the doors to get into the school because they couldn't, you can't put a key in that Mighty Putty. I guess they're not joking.
Safety hazard.
Truly yeah, it is. He did it way before school. And this is the Poop Bandit. It's the same guy. No idea what that guy's up to now. Hopefully he's doing good. Big shout out.
What a piece of shit.
Because Eddie's doing like 10 to 20.
No, someone told me he works in finance now. So, but I found that hard to believe. So I don't know. Maybe I've been misled. Yeah, no idea what that guy's doing. He was having a good time in high school though, just like in the classes, having a handler because he was so poorly behaved. It's like he could have gone to class and learned. He just didn't.
Did he have a family situation? Like, was parents divorcing?
I don't know
anything.
I was never like close to him, and so like I wouldn't have known if he had serious family problems, and none of my friends told me that he did, so I would guess not. He was always badly behaved. He was selling huge amounts of prescription pills throughout high school. Like as a 16, 17-year-old, like Vicodin, Percocet,
clearing up everyone's strep throat.
He was clearing up everybody. Except most of his clientele, I guess, wasn't even
Moxicillin, fluconazole. I got it all. What
he wasn't like a guy who his family was very wealthy, and so he had some connection where he could get huge sums of these things, and he wasn't like selling it like, hey, you want a pill for $40? Like he wasn't doing that. He was selling to like these unbelievably seedy like criminal guys these giant containers of like Vicodin and Percocet and whatnot and making huge sums of money. He like showed up at school one day, and this is one of those stories that I would be like total bullshit if I hadn't seen it. but like he bought himself a Cadillac in cash because he was it was our senior year in high school, and he was one of those kids that like turned 18 in like 2 months before the year began. And so he bought a Cadillac in cash, and then he drove it for like a week, and then his dad made him return it. And he just, same guy, one of my close friends who I trust says that he got invited over there once, and he's like, yeah, we used to hang out sometimes, and I was honestly afraid to tell him no. Like, he'd be like, dude, come over and hang out. And I'd be like, all right. And then he brought me into his room once, and there was like really nice shit that like a 17-year-old, 18-year-old shouldn't be able to afford. And he had like a chest full of money. And I'm like, a chest full of money. And he's like, it was a big, and I was like, really? And he's like, okay, well, it was a chest that you keep clothes in, and there was a shit ton of money on top of the clothes. And I'm like, okay, that sounds more realistic than a chest of money.
You better be over so we could.
There were all these potions.
All these potions. Yeah, all this loot that he had found. But yeah, he was always out for a good time. Writing stuff on the wall and shit, selling huge amounts of drugs to gangsters.
Dude, you always made this guy sound like a piece of shit, literally, because he was the poop bandit, right? he's leaving despicable messages.
We all thought it was funny,
written in feces. And well, I mean, modern day me thinks it's despicable. I bet his hands smelled all day. I mean, I bet he had the most nagging case of pink eye you've ever heard of. But now I'm hearing he was some sort of Tony Montana of high school, that he was running shit. Because what's implied by your story is that he was so tough at 17, 18 that he could like inject himself into the adult criminal underworld, and they wouldn't just take his shit. You know what I mean? Like some tough guy would like look him up and down and be like, "Give me your all this and the money." You know,
dude, I would not be surprised if he was being taken for a ride by whoever he was selling stuff to. But he was selling huge amounts of pills. He just had to like keep going back to whatever well or seedy family hookup he had that got him for him. And so like, to my knowledge, he was never doing like little time sales, because I didn't know anybody my age, and he was my age, who were doing prescription pills in 2007.
That's badass.
Like, no one was doing that.
You should still be friends.
I guess that was pretty cool. I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to find a way. I have like 2 friends who might be able to contact him. You know, you might not believe this. Him and the Firepoi guy used to be close.
Kyle, you're muted. That's funny.
Number 1. Number 2. Pizza pie in my eye. Oh my. Just like.